So today we talk about variation in conditional statement. If P conditional Q is a conditional preposition, if P conditional Q is a conditional preposition, then Q conditional P is called converse of P conditional Q. Negation P conditional negation Q is called inverse of P conditional Q. Third one, negation Q conditional negation P is called contrapositive of P conditional Q. Positive of P conditional Q. So here I can use capital letter. Okay. So I can give some example to define this above statement. For example, if you are working hard, then you are a topper. So this is a statement. If you are working hard, then you are a topper. So first I am going to define the statement into preposition variables. So P, you are working hard. So I can define two different preposition variable for the above statement. Working hard. Another preposition variable is Q. You are a topper. You are a topper. So how we are going to define the statement in the symbolic manner? If, then. So here the preposition variable is you are working hard. Already we know that if, then is nothing but what? Connectors. We can call it as conditional, isn't it? So how we are going to represent the above statement in symbolic manner? P conditional Q. If P, then Q. If you are working hard, then you are a topper. So P conditional Q. From this statement, I can define inverse, converse, contrapositive. So what do you mean by converse? P conditional Q. That means converse is Q conditional P. So Q conditional P means Q conditional P will give converse. Negation P conditional negation Q will give inverse. And what about the contrapositive? Negation Q conditional negation P. This is contrapositive. Contra. So P conditional Q. If you are working hard, then you are a topper. So that means converse means if you are a topper, then you are working hard. So how we are going to write the inverse? Negation P. What is your P? Your P is you are working hard. Negation P means if you are not working hard, then you are not a topper. That is inverse. So what about contrapositive? If you are not a topper, then if you are not working hard. In this manner, we can define the variation of conditional statement. Converse, inverse, contrapositive. Converse means Q conditional P. Negation P conditional negation Q is inverse. Negation Q conditional negation P is contrapositive. In this manner we are going to write. Okay. So here implication and contrapositive both are equivalent. Implication means P conditional Q. This and this are equivalent. We can denote equivalent means this symbol or this symbol. We can denote the symbol for equivalence is this. Okay. logically equivalence. Logically equivalence. So logically equivalence, we can denote the symbol for this 3 lines or this statement, 2 double arrow line. Logically equivalence means P biconditional QS, P biconditional QS tautology. Then I can define logically equivalence. So before we enter into the logically equivalence, we talk about the 3 different types of propositions. Number 1, tautology. Number 2, contradiction. Number 3, contingency. So the very first one is tautology. Tautology means a preposition which is always true. A preposition which is always true, we can call it as tautology. Second one, contradiction. A preposition which is always false, we can call it as contradiction. Number 3, contingency. A preposition that is neither true nor false. Neither true in this, it is not tautology. Neither true na, it is not tautology. Tautology means always true. Neither true na, not tautology. Neither true nor false. Nor false means it is not contradiction. Okay, it's called contingency. Neither true nor false, we can call it as contingency. Okay. Next one, logical equivalence, already we denote. Logical equivalence is a type of relationship of 2 statements. In both, they have the same truth value. Okay. So otherwise, we can prove that logically equivalence means P biconditional Q is tautology. Then it tautology, tautology. Then I can call it as logically equivalence. It is denoted by the symbol P logically equivalent to Q, or P is logically equivalent to Q. These are the symbols we can use for logically equivalence. Okay. So next we are going to define dual law. Dual statement. So what do you mean by dual? The dual of a compound preposition, dual law, a dual of the compound preposition that contains only the logical operators join, meet and negation is the preposition obtained by replacing this by and this by or, and negation by negation, and each true by false, false by true, where true and false are special variables representing compound preposition that are tautologies and contradictions respectively. Okay, suppose for example the dual preposition of the statement A is denoted by A star. So for example, suppose a statement A we can define by P conjunction P disjunction Q conjunction true. So already I told you, if I want to write the dual statement of the above, so we can replace disjunction by conjunction, conjunction by disjunction, negation by true na false, false by true. Okay, so how we are going to write the dual of this statement? P disjunction Q, we can write P conjunction Q, and disjunction conjunction by disjunction true by false. So this way we are going to write the dual of the statement.